Hello everybody, my name is Cool. I'm bringing you guys Viewer Replay Cast number 29, which means I'm almost at number 30 and I'm so freaking excited for that. But anyway, all that aside, but man, this weekend, oh geez, or not this weekend, this week, talk about a week, man. I've had so much homework, it's not even funny. It's all starting to pile up. I have a whole bunch of homework due next week, so you might be seeing a lot of me playing matchmaking videos because I do have a lot of those in queue. If you guys haven't already noticed, I do pre-record those. Oh, I pre-record everything, of course. But anyway, those are there just in case I can't record stuff, so you guys will be seeing a lot of those probably next week, especially on Wednesday, because I have, like, everything is due on Wednesday. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because I'm procrastinating too much, but hopefully I can do a lot of homework this weekend so I can actually keep up with videos. But all that aside, you guys don't really care about that. You guys don't care about personal issues. You guys are here to watch some freaking Dota. So let's go ahead and get ready for this game. This is a viewer replay cast, so as always with viewer replay cast, I will not tell you guys who sent it in until the very end because the general assumption is the person who won is probably the person who's on the team that won is probably the person who sent it in. So me telling you guys that this person sent it in is probably not going to help. Oh, sorry, not that person. That person didn't send it in, by the way. So, if you guys want to try to eliminate who might have possibly sent this video in, you can obviously count him out, or her out, because girls do play Dota. Anyway, so we're in an all-pick suite. I see a Spirit Breaker. I'm happy. So let's go ahead and just sit back, relax, and get ready for everything to go. Oh yeah, another thing, guys, definitely don't forget the giveaway that I'm doing at the end of this month is still in effect. It's still in action. If you guys want more details about how to be eligible to win that incrustable, or I really don't know how to pronounce it. It's like the incrustable. It's not the instructable zeal. It's the incrustable zeal on Rubik. It's like a C in there from nowhere, from the middle of nowhere. Or Incrucible. I don't really know how to pronounce it. But anyway, if you want to win that set from Rubik, which is a very awesome set, I actually won it myself, but I'm saying no to myself, and I'm going to give it to you guys first, and then I'll probably go back and pay $1,000 because Valve thinks everything is worth $1,000. Oh boy, man. The prices on things are ridiculous. So, that'll be your first giveaway. Basically, just go and watch the video. Oh, sorry, I didn't name the video. The video is the very first video, 30 minutes or less series, episode 1, introduction. Definitely go check the video out. It will be linked. You guys will probably seen the link already, and I'm just going to continue talking about it because we have not everybody picked up just yet. So definitely go check out that video. You will be, to figure out how to be eligible to win that. So it's open for everybody. You don't have to be a subscriber to actually you don't have to be a subscriber to actually be registered to win that. You just have to watch that video, and I'll tell you details on that. Of course, I'm not going to tell you exactly how to here, because I want you guys to actually watch the video. So, yeah. Or you can just skip to towards the end is what I tell you guys if you guys want to fast forward a little bit. Just want to make sure everybody knows who I am. It's a little introduction video of me. But anyway, let's go ahead and start talking about this game. So, I'm going to go ahead and do the radio. No, actually, I'm going to go ahead and do the diary. I think the diary were all picked first. So, starting off with the diary, start off with this Tiny. We might be seeing ourselves with Carry Tiny, guys. Oh, yeah. So on this Tiny, we got Ma on this Tiny. Moving over to this Coddle, we have Fiskballin on that Coddle. On this Windrunner, we see Limomo on that Windrunner. On this Low, or IO, sorry, I keep trying to call it Low, but it's IO, which I think is a horrible name. It's actually Wisp, guys. Her name's really Wisp, or its name is really Wisp. We see Lawine on that Wisp. And moving over to this Riki, freaking Crush Cracks on that Riki. Moving on to the Radiant side, as far as their introductions go, starting off with this Death Prophet with this awesome outfit on the Death Prophet. I actually think that's an acceptable outfit. Actually, I have this piece right here. But anyway, I don't have the hair though. We see oh wait, Death Prophet first. Who's this Death Prophet? We see oh gosh, it's blue text, guys. I can't read blue text. We see Agulix on that Death Prophet. Let me go ahead and hide that. Moving on to the Spirit Breaker, we see Marx's on that Spirit Breaker. And lastly to the nines, got that up. Moving on to this mid lane, we see DF is not a hero, so Jordan's is obviously not a hero. On that Jordan in mid. Moving on to this Omniknight, we see Theo, 2 Killer, 1 or 2 on that Omniknight. And last but not least, we see Lincoln on that Huskar. And oh my gosh, we might be having ourselves a gank starting off around the back. Dinjanor is already up on Omniknight, so he can do quite a bit of harassment up his Wisp, but Wisp can just turn around, tether to Tiny, and get a free stun. Meanwhile, we see Death Prophet taking massive amounts of damage on top. She probably ate an Illuminate, and now she's running away. Pops herself a healing style, she'll be fine. But down in this bottom lane, these guys are a little bit aggressive. I actually kind of like it. Let me go ahead and call the lane matchups as far as before anything goes down a little bit too fast. Starting off with this bottom lane, we see obviously Huskar Omniknight versus Wisp, Tiny Wisp. This would be a deadly combination if these guys can hit that level. If Wisp can continuously provide Tiny with that support to make sure that he stays alive and make sure he stays healthy, like Wisp should probably tether him right now so he can get that regen. Because he would probably love to have that regen, Wisp. I hope Wisp is listening, but Wisp is not just going to stay there, collect a little bit of XP, sap a little bit from Tiny, and Tiny's going to be taking a lot of aggro as well. Munoz is middle lane. What do we see? We see a Drow Ranger. We see a Drow Ranger Windrunner. Mid lane, I'm in Battle of the Archers. Hey guys, you know what I noticed? Why are all the women in Dota 2 archers? I mean, okay, Death Prophet, Lina, hold on, Death Prophet, Lina, Marana, oh no, Marana's Archer too. Death Prophet, Marina, and probably some others are like or wizards, witches if you want to call that. But I mean, every other woman is like a freaking archer. I don't know what's up with that. So that's why Legionnaire is going to become a female, guys. That's exactly why. I'm definitely looking forward to that. But anyway, moving to the top lane, this is the last matchup. We see Death Prophet Spiritbreaker versus a Caudle Riki. And I actually honestly think that Caudle should be in the lane with Tiny, because Caudle Tiny can actually do a lot of work. Send Wisp to the Suicide Soul lane, let Wisp hurry up and get level 6 but don't die. And then potentially get ready to set up some other things. But these guys are deciding to go for this, so they will be getting that. Or they will be going for that combination instead. Tiny Wisp, like I said, is a dangerous combination, but that's only if Tiny can get his farm and Wisp actually hits at level 6. And Wisp taking massive amounts of damage from Huskar. Huskar might be able to get the last hit. No, Tiny gets the last hit instead. Wisp almost going down. Huskar manning up and just trying to go for the kill on top of Wisp. He should have popped his Inner Vitality if he had it. No, he went for stats instead. Huskar is kind of one of those confusing heroes. You definitely know that you want to max your Berserker's Blood as soon as you possibly can, because that thing makes you do a lot of damage when you run out of HP. Spiritbreaker is going to man up on top of Riki. He's going to go ahead and charge. That's not that long of a stun, but Riki did get hit for the damage. Death Prophet is going to be coming over on the backside for support. She can throw a Cryptic Wave and do a little bit of damage, maybe make Spiritbreaker's life a little bit easier. And Spiritbreaker does not have a point in his bash at all, guys. That's actually a very... that's actually probably one of the reasons why he didn't win that fight. If he would have had a point in that side bash, he might have been able to get Riki. That's really it. That's at the simplest level of that. Omniknight will begin engaged upon Wisp, just barely missing that stun, but I think that might be able to kill him. No, he's going to be able to heal himself. He's going to keep running. Wisp with one more auto attack, gets the last hit, and there's Omniknight going down. I think this bottom lane is in shambles. Huskar did go down when he tried to man up against Tiny, and Omniknight did go down when he tried to man up against Wisp. Or, sorry, not man, or yeah, he tried to man up against Tiny. He died too. So the moral of the story, guys, don't man up against Tiny, because Tiny's a rock, and he'll crush you. Which is cool, because Riki's name is Crush, if I remember correctly. Yep, Crusher. So anyway, so far, nothing too eventful going on so far. I mean, these guys are just fighting in the lanes. No crazy roaming or ganking. I would imagine as soon as Spiritbreaker went for 1-1-1. I really dislike going for Empowering Haste early on Spiritbreaker, because that pushes your lane. Anything that pushes your lane, I'm obviously against, so going for early headdress pushes your lane because this creeps you get regen. But for Spiritbreaker specifically, having a max in his Greater Bash is probably a lot more important than having 6%, 10%, 14%, or 18% increase in move speed, because 18% of like 200 is not a lot. Oh, sorry, 18% of 360 is not a lot, but that 411, that is a lot of move speed, especially early on. But anyway, my point being, Greater Bash, having more points inside Greater Bash would be a little bit more effective for him, but he's going to go ahead and go for Empowering Haste so he can run away from Riki. Riki could potentially drop a cloud, but he's decided not to. He's going to eat a few auto attacks from Death Prophet. He's at level 3, he's almost level 4. Death Prophet's at level 4, Spiritbreaker is at level 4, so everybody's level 4. Everybody's doing well as far as the levels go. So far in his middle lane, these guys are just auto-attacking the crap out of his creep, so this equilibrium is maintained because meanwhile Spiritbreaker took a lot of damage from that Caudle Wave. And I also saw a lot of damage get done to Huskar as well. Excuse me. And Huskar's going to be backing away from the wave. Omniknight's hiding around the corner. What Huskar can do is Huskar can bait out an engagement from Tiny and Wisp, and then Omniknight can come around the corner, heal him, and they can go for a kill. But it is only a level 2 heal, which is decent for what it costs, but it's not a whole lot. It's 180 heal for 120 damage, or 120 mana. Of course, once you level up a little bit more, it gets a lot better. That's still something to consider. As far as the Tiny Wisp lane, as far as their lane going, I mean, their lane's going decent. The Radiant aren't really challenging Tiny and Wisp for these last hits, so Tiny can probably just walk up and get all the last hits he wants. Wisp is going to be there with the support. Wisp has proven that she can be this, or it can be there with the support. Meanwhile, Omniknight and Huskar are having a little bit of trouble farming because Huskar is essentially melee range. His range is pretty darn crappy, guys. His range is 400 attack range, which is actually really bad. Well, okay, not very bad, but it's not all that high. Comparing to Wisp, Wisp's attack range is probably a lot further. Okay, fine, 175 further. Let's see Drow Ranger to compare hers as well. Yeah, 625 for Drow Ranger. So Drow Ranger attacks a lot further than Huskar. So Huskar's attack range is very minuscule. He might as well be melee, which is why you play him like a melee. But he can still do a lot of damage because he is max Berserker Blood, which I do like a lot. He has one healing stuff just to make sure if a big engagement breaks out, he can heal himself. And Omniknight has boots. Oh, I hope he didn't go for boots first. I really hope he didn't go for boots first. I'm pretty sure he didn't because I think I might have saw Iron Branch and some Tangos as well. Not too sure. I can't remember clearly, guys. Kyle's going to be charging Illuminate. This guy's going to stand still for a few seconds. Death Rider walks right into that. All she has is boots. What is she saving for? I really hope she's not going straight for Bloodstone because that is not an effective item for her to go, especially this early on. Going for Arcane Boots, going for Phase Boots, going for something more not Bloodstone-ish will be a lot more useful for her team because having an extremely early Bloodstone on Death Prophet, it can help out if you're actually getting those kills, if you're actually running around and ganking and stuff, but she's not going to be all that high level to actually push all that much because she's not mid. She's not going to be getting all that many ganks because these guys haven't really started rotating it yet to gank and all that. So look at all in all, Bloodstone first on Death Prophet, not a good idea. The Spirit Breaker did charge him. Spirit Breaker is going to be running away. Cuddle Wave does miss, so Riki's not going to be able to finish off Spirit Breaker with that. And Riki looks like he built himself a Poor Man Shield, so he can get ready to block some more damage, or do a little bit more damage and block some more from auto attacks from heroes. I'm actually quite surprised to see Death Prophet still in his lane. Okay, she did go for Arcane Boots first. I definitely recommend that a lot more than going for Bloodstone. Go for your Arcane Boots, go for something else for survivability, then go for something else, and then start casually building towards your Bloodstone. Which is what I assume she's going to be doing. So we got Omniknight. He has a point, he's a Repel, so these guys can get ready to go for a kill. Huskar is almost level 6. He needs a few more experience points to get to that. As you can see right there, he has 484. He needs 600. Pretty cool things to point out. As far like really, this game's extremely passive. I don't really know. I don't really know what all the action will be happening out so far, but I'm just trying to name as many things that are many potential things to see. Huskar does have himself a Morbid Mass pretty fast, so he will be going for a Helmet of the Dominator early, and Tiny's taking a lot of damage. If Huskar was level 6, he could leap. He needs one more creep to die. Come on, creeps, die! But they will not die. Wisp is going to go ahead and relocate back to base, heal Tiny up, and probably bring Tiny back with him. Tiny does have boots in his inventory. He's going to go ahead and bring them down to him. I did not do that myself, guys. I was all Tiny. And Windrunner's going to be losing her lane pretty soon. She has no points in Windrunner. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, this is a huge blunder. That's probably took a lot of damage up top. She's going to be able to make it out alive. But Windrunner is probably one of those main abilities that makes Windrunner survivable. That Windrun, that 100% evasion from all physical damage attacks. I mean, that's all Drow Ranger does. Drow Ranger is all about the physical attacks. Meanwhile, down bottom we see Huskar. Huskar is on the run. He does have his ulti. He can't turn around an ulti Tiny if he wants to and man up, but he's decided not to. He's going to pop himself a healing stuff. He's going to get healed by Omniknight. Omniknight will be going out. He's going to leap on top of Wisp. A big mistake. He should have leaped on top of that Tiny instead. He will be getting the kill on top of Wisp, but he will be losing his life in the process. Tiny is pretty ready to kill him. Omniknight is next. Omniknight does have a heal. Omniknight might be able to turn around. He will be manning up on top of Tiny. Tiny will be going down. Pretty derpy engagement. But long story short, Huskar should have left on that Tiny. There's nothing Wisp can actually do. Wisp is a very good buff placer for Titan. That's really all Wisp is. Also, Wisp is really good at ganking people around the map. But let's not make things complicated, guys. Let's not make things complicated. So basically, if Huskar would have left Tiny, that would have been 50% of his HP gone instantly, and then he would be able to burst the rest of them down because Tiny couldn't do anything. Wisp would have been next because Wisp would have been a nice juicy target for both Omniknight and Huskar to take down, especially since Huskar would have been presumably low HP after that engagement. So we see him TPing back to base. He has built himself. Oh my gosh, he's going for Glove of Haste. Guys, if you're building your power charts, go for the more stat efficient item first. I know Huskar does get a lot of damage from his Berserker's blood, but I mean, going for that belt of strength, it in a sense increases. It not only increases your survivability because strength gives you HP, of course. But it also increases his damage and also increases his threshold to take damage to get to that point to where he can have the max Berserker's blood without being at that much more of a risk on having low HP. Omniknight is walking up top. Excuse me. Omniknight is walking up top. He is getting his Arcane Boots. He walked all the way from base. Oh my gosh, he walked all the way from here to pick up Arcane Boots. We got a charge from Spirit Breaker. It is only a level 1 charge. Death Prophet ulti is popped as well. Riki is invisible. I don't know if these guys know that he did. I don't know if he knew that he was invisible. But Death Prophet did pop her ulti a little bit prematurely. Should have waited for the tower to come by, but she's going to go ahead and kill all the creeps here. Spirit Breaker ulti is up. That's why he wanted to be aggressive. He also has 2 points in that Empowering Haste and 3 tangos and some treads. He needs to go ahead and buy himself some form of regen. Arena Shadows is a really nice item for Spirit Breaker to have if you're going to be invested in ganking around the map, which he definitely can do. Kato misses that blinding light. Okay.
Middle tower is under attack.
To be honest, guys, like this is a public service announcement for everybody. I am not a good authority on oh man, he should Spirit Breaker. Just ulti him, Spirit Breaker. No, Spirit Breaker would have got a free kill if he would just ulti Riki instead. I was expecting him to do that. Meanwhile, down bottom, there we go. Okay, hold on. I heard the ulti. He did ulti. Wait, what? I just heard Spirit Breaker's ulti. I heard Spirit Breaker's ulti, but I don't know what it was for. Did he? No, okay, he didn't ulti. That was down bottom. Whatever. Death Prophet gets killed on top of Riki on top. I'm very lost, guys. From having such a passive start, I'm like lost and I can't keep up with all the action so far. But anyway, what I was gonna say is oh yeah, a few points to make. Windrunner needs to be like at least level 2 versus Drow Ranger because it makes it last a little bit longer. It gives you that extra beat of survivability versus her, especially since she's shooting frost arrows at you anyway, and also dodges all the damage. But Huskar did ulti Tiny down bottom, and they did get the kill on Tiny Wisp. So that's not really good for their combination. Tiny is going for, he's going for like the standard, get ready to go kill stuff. Windrunner throws out a Shackle Shot, but Shackle Shot does not really help you all that much. He will be going down one way or another. Huskar needs one more auto attack, and he will be able to get it. That Shackle Shot only does a lot more stun once you shackle into a tree, which is why I'm saying maxing your Shackle Shot so early is not really recommended, especially if you're not in the suicide lane. She was in no, like to be honest, 1 point of Shackle Shot is really all Windrunner needs at this point. Having her max power shot, having like maybe 3 points in Windrun instead of 4 points in Shackle Shot, I mean that'll be a lot more better. Maybe a point in stats. I don't really know exactly what a Windrunner builds, but I'm pretty sure a Windrunner who's mid, who's not really threatened by anything, doesn't go for max shackle first. Huskar is invisible, so is Riki. These guys are going to be waiting around the corner. Kato will be on the menu. No, it looks like Riki will be on the menu instead. Hopefully Huskar does decide to ulti Riki. He will be able to ulti him. All he has to do, Spirit Breaker does ulti on top of Riki. Riki is down pretty darn easy. Double kill for Huskar. So he has that Helmet of Dominator. He is still building his treads. He needs to go ahead and finish those if he's really building them. And George is able to tear down that middle tower in the process of all this. So this Tiny Wisp is not really paying off so far. Wisp does have Tranquil Boost, which is actually a really nice item, so Wisp can pop that hill. This is post-nerf. Of course, Tiny throws out a stun. Stun does miss Drow Ranger completely, and it's actually pretty funny because, oh my dear Jesus, Drow Ranger. Okay, guys, if you're ever playing a carry of any sort, do not rush for a Battle Fury. Oh, sorry, do not rush for a Butterfly. Rushing for a Butterfly is a horrible idea because it only gives you an increase in damage, but it doesn't give you anything else otherwise. Drow Ranger does have that quarterstaff right now, so that's telling me that she's going straight for a Butterfly. So she's going to be farming for about 30 minutes just to get a Butterfly, as opposed to getting some other lesser items such as maybe a Wraithband, maybe Regal Aquila, and then build herself a Mantis style. Instead of like those intermediate items which are not as expensive altogether, she's going for this super expensive item that's going to take her a while to build. And once she has it, she's not going to be all that much. She's not going to have all that much of an impact. Okay, hold on. Windrunner gets a big shackle shot on top of Huskar. Huskar can't just turn around and do all the damage he wants to her because he is low enough HP. He does get quite a bit of damage. He has 7 stacks so far. And that's increase in. Okay, here's Riki. Riki will be going down in a few auto attacks. Riki does decide to disengage, and that's Huskar getting a mega kill. Drow Ranger was around the backside to help out, and Riki will be going out soon. Riki follows suit, and Huskar's having fun just killing everything. But anyway, like I was saying, do not rush for a Butterfly, guys, because okay, 30-minute mark, you have a Butterfly, cool. 30-minute mark, the carrier wants to have that big item, but that item is all she's going to have. So she's not going to have anything for survivability. She's not going to have anything for attack speed outside of the Butterfly. She's not going to have anything for HP regen. I mean, she doesn't have anything except for tread switching. So going straight for that Butterfly is never recommended because there are other intermediate items to go for that'll make you a lot more effective. Like maybe if you really want to go for Shadow Blade as a Drow Ranger, it gives you nice cheap damage. It gives you a nice ability to jump in and jump out of the fights. And it's a common item despite all the hate that I actually have for it. Kato will be getting leapt on by Huskar. Huskar is here. He will leap on top of Kato, and Kato will be going down. Wisp is going to pop the tether, but tether's not going to help him out. No stun for that. And Huskar is going to run around the map and destroy everything. It looks like he's building himself an armlet. He pops that inner vitality. 21 more seconds, he'll be able to jump again. Meanwhile, Windrunner got a beautiful shackle on top of Windrunner, Windrunner got a beautiful shackle on top of Drow Ranger. Throws that power shot, throws that auto attack damage, but she has nothing. Oh my gosh! I think, oh dear God, guys, heart attack. Windrunner's building a bloodstone. Oh jeez, guys, what is up with this? What is this game? Meanwhile, we see I'm going to take a lot of damage down bottom. These guys might be able to finish him off. That Dungeon Aura really saving his life. That was all that was. He's going to go back out. That's a little bit of a mistake. He needs to go ahead and pop those arcane boots and pop a heal. Otherwise, he's going to die pretty darn fast because these guys can dive him despite the fact that they're so low in HP. If you have arcane boots, guys, please use them. So Omniknight really needs to use them. Wisp is going to tip. Well, okay, Wisp is going to tether down or relocate down bottom. That's a free kill for her, I think. Oh man, there we go. Dim Wisp. Dim Wisp. Meanwhile, mid, we see Windrunner sieges middle tower. Windrunner building a Bloodstone is not really good at all because, I mean, it doesn't give her anything. Windrunner gets absolutely nothing. Huskar leaps Superman style all the way towards Windrunner, throws a shackle shot, and shackle doesn't latch, and Windrunner goes down. That shackle, like I was saying before, shackle shot is not really all that reliable of a stun. Maxing it first is not going to do anything. Having maybe 3 more points inside of her Windrunner, or sorry, 2 more points inside of her Windrunner, she might have been able to survive Huskar, despite the fact that he leapt from tower to all the way where Windrunner was. That was a pretty far leap. And Radiant Strikers are fortified. These guys are going to be sieged this bottom tower. Riki has all the damage in the world. Wisp throws out that E to make sure he doesn't take all that much damage, but he's still going to be taking damage regardless. I don't think Riki's a really suitable person to defend a tower, or sorry, tank the tower. He's going to be taking a lot of tower shots, as well as a Drow Ranger shot as well. This tower will be going out soon. Jordan's going to deny it. No, she's not going to deny it. Meanwhile, here, Huskar on the backside. Huskar does leap that Wisp, and Wisp is in a lot of trouble. One more auto attack, and Wisp is going down. Godlike for Huskar. Huskar's just walking around the map and killing everything. And there we go. He has that Earner Shadows, like I called before. Spiritbreaker throws out the ulti, gets a kill on top of that Coddle, and that is his Mask of Madness. So this Radiant team is going to be, I mean, not going to be. This Radiant team is starting to spiral out of control. We see Spiritbreaker, he has a Mask of Madness. We see Huskar, he has his armlet. Pretty much everything except for that recipe. He did build a strikes, and there's a Drow Ranger as well. There's still a Drow Ranger on their team. She throws out Silence. Silence does miss Riki. If that would hit Riki, Riki would have been dead. Huskar is skating on the side of the base, or skating on the side of the terrain, just to catch up that Windrunner. Windrunner does go down. Riki throws a leap on top of Drow Ranger, but Drow Ranger is fine. Here's Tiny trying to show up. Tiny is not even close to an Agonist after he's built himself what looks to be a Mask of Madness. Or probably a Mask of Madness. I don't really know why, but he will be going down. He tosses a creep back, throws out a stun. That's really all he can do. Spiritbreaker might be going down. Yeah, Spiritbreaker will be going down to Riki by the looks of it. Riki just needs one more leap, and he'll be able to get that. That is only a level 2 Blink Strike, guys. Oh my gosh, max your Blink Strike. The Sentry Ward down here, Drow Ranger gets a free kill. But yeah, if you're playing Riki, max your Blink Strike. Please max your Blink Strike. It is not only extremely good at helping you escape, it's also extremely good at helping you chase, because that cooldown goes down to like 6 seconds or something, 5 seconds, which is actually quite ridiculous. That's a lot of Blink Strikes, guys. It only costs 50 mana, so it's really spammable. I mean, it's in perspective. You have to take it all in perspective. Anyway, Huskar gets a free kill on top of Tiny. I mean, he's gonna continue to do this all game long because he's freaking Huskar. I mean, that's what he does. He has that armlet. I really like to see the fact that he's not buying more healing cells. I do know that these guys are relatively low level. I'll say that much from what I'm seeing on the dire side, and also from what I'm seeing from the mistakes on the side of the Radiant as well. These guys are relatively low level, so not seeing a lot of healing cells. That's what I'm really excited to see. Oh my gosh, Omniknight building some Vlad, and this Drow Ranger going down almost 3 hits because she decided to run away. Riki might be losing his life as well. Huskar's going to go ahead and man up. He leaps on top of the Wisp. Or sorry, he leaps on top of Tiny. Tiny goes down pretty darn easily. Or sorry, Windrunner goes down pretty darn easily. Here's Huskar. He's taking the tower, and there's a walking courier just to top it off. The walking courier was a cherry on the top, and Huskar doesn't give any cares. He has no points in his burning spears, but he doesn't care. He's still doing crazy amounts of damage. And this is, oh my gosh, this is getting really, really bad. Riki goes in and leaps on top of Huskar. Huskar just turns around and throws the auto attack. And here's Tiny trying to do what he can. Tiny might be able to get a kill on top of Death Prophet, but Death Prophet doesn't give any care. Death Prophet looks like she's building herself a Lincoln Sphere? Sheep stick? Scotty? I don't know. I'm really confused with what Death Prophet's building. But at least the Dire get a deny on that tower. Really fast. Hold on. Huskar, these guys aren't going to be able to kill Huskar. Huskar has an armlet. He can toggle it on. He has Vlad from Omniknight. Of all things, he has double lifesteal right now, guys. He's not only getting that 15%, I think it's 15% from Vlad, so let me check. At 16% from Blast, he's also getting that 15% from that Helena Dominator. So yeah, that's a free. All these guys are free kills right here. Huskar can probably lead every single one of them and kill all of them all at once. Tiny throws out a stun. Stun doesn't really matter. Omniknight's here to heal. Here there we go. Tiny goes down to the Death Prophet. Omniknight might be in a little bit of trouble. Huskar's getting all the life still in the world. Omniknight ulti popped in the perfect time. Double kill for one, and everybody else is going down. Windrunner is the only one able to make it out alive. Her shackle shot. Not going to be doing much. I mean, Omniknight might be going down, but she'll be going down. She decides to chase. She'll go down even if she doesn't decide to chase. She throws out the wind run, and she'll be able to make it back alive. Throws out a shotgun shot. Shotgun shot doesn't really do anything. And she throws a power shot as well. Not enough nukage on her part, and Huskar just going to back away. Feeling pretty nice about it. Feeling pretty nice about that engagement. Riki going to make the fatal mistake and make himself visible. He might be going down soon. No, he decides not to. I hear Shadow Blade. I think Drow Ranger has a Shadow Blade, which actually will make me pretty darn happy. Yes, Drow Ranger does have a Shadow Blade. She's going to continue farming up her butterfly. Still needs some form of regen, but I'm actually a little proud to see that Drow Ranger did decide to stop building butterfly and go for a Shadow Blade. Because butterfly first, do not do that, guys. I mean, that's a very expensive item to go for. Like I said, 30 minutes to the game, that's all you'll have is treads and butterfly, and you'll not be able to do anything. As opposed to building some other intermediate items, such as Ring of Aquila. I'm going to keep repeating this, by the way. Such as Ring of Aquila, such as Mantis style, such as Naked Yasha, and then going to butterfly. I mean, I will actually be a little bit happier about that as well. But to see that quarterstaff so early, that really told me that Georgia really wanted to go for that butterfly first, and no, that's a huge no-no, guys. That's just as bad as going straight for that Eagle Song or straight for that Reaver. Anyway, we see Omniknight getting attacked by everybody. He's not really feeling much damage. He's gonna go ahead and throw out a heal and back on the way. Windrunner not able to do any damage at all. Her damage output is literally 75, which is actually really bad. She has herself a vitality booster and a point booster. And what else? I mean, there's nothing that Windrunner can do as far as damage goes. I mean, I've seen Windrunners build phase boost for damage. She can build phase boost for damage. She needs to build some form of damage. Force Staff would be a lot better for her. Spirit Breaker's charge on top of Riki. He could have thrown out the ulti and then dodged a few things. He needs to use his Mask of Madness. He could permabat somebody. The moral of the story, guys, if you have items, use them. There's a Yasha coming up on Omniknight. Omniknight is manning up. Is going to heal, throw out the repel, and he's probably still going to die. Yeah, he's probably going to die. That is only level 2 repel. It doesn't last forever, guys. And there's a Wisp Tiny on his tail. There's 1, 2... Oh. Tiny needs to throw a stun as soon as he possibly can. He tosses a creep instead. Wisp is getting all the auto attacks in. Omniknight pops the wand. In 2 seconds, he'll be able to heal again. Nope, doesn't matter. He goes down. Omniknight getting a little bit overzealous, or overreaching. And here's Huskar for the middle of nowhere. He just leaps Tiny and just kills him outright. In engagements like this, guys, when you're playing a Huskar, when you see a Tiny Wisp like that and Tiny's that low, just basically leap the Wisp and kill the Wisp first and then kill the Tiny, because there's nothing Tiny's going to do to run away, but Wisp can tell her. Wisp can do all kind of things to get away. Tiny, you can chase him down to the gates of hell. Invisibility! And he probably still will make it, even though his ulti does give him some nice movement speed. Kaudal's built himself what looks to be a Shadow Blade. He has himself a random Oblivion Staff. I think he might be going for Orchids, which would actually be pretty bad in Orchids. Really the only person Orchids will destroy the most will be either Omniknight or Spirit Breaker, because Spirit Breaker does need to use his ulti, and he also needs to charge as well. That's only level 1 charge, by the way. Charge on Spirit Breaker is so useful, guys. If you see somebody around the map, just charge them. Having level 3 charge, or sorry, having maximum charge is actually really nice. That movement speed is crazy. Spirit Breaker probably the only hero in the game who can move faster than the max movement speed of 522. But anyway, all that aside. We see Caudal trying to man up against Death Prophet. He goes down to the Ghost. The Ghost is slapping him in the face. Look at him slapping everybody. Slap, 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 slap. Everybody goes down. And yeah, let me go ahead and take a look at the goal graph really fast as we see Huskar getting ready to man up on the entire team. Oh my gosh, will he be going for it? He will be leaping on top of Tiny, but he gets shackled to a tree in the process. And Windrunner's doing all the damage possible, but Huskar's doing all the damage possible to that Tiny. He needs to go ahead and turn around and kill that Windrunner instead. He turns around, kills Riki in 4 hits. And here's Omniknight. Here's the support. Windrunner will be going down soon. Huskar needs another leap. He does have another leap. He will be popping that soon as he gets in range. That range for leap is ridiculous. Or sorry, not ridiculous, it's actually pretty short. He gets shackled to Omniknight, a random Omniknight appears. And he doesn't care. He gets healed by the, he gets healed by Omniknight, pops that Inner Vitality, also throws an Urn Charge on top of him. Actually, no, I don't, yeah, he has 10 Urn Charges, guys. And he has a recipe for Satanic already. He has a Satanic up, and he has more gold than you can actually imagine. Let me go and bring up the net worth. I'm pretty sure Huskar's net worth by himself, from all these hero kills and stuff, is probably more than the entire Radiant team combined, or Dire team combined. We see him way up there. He leaps on top of a Wisp and gets killed. And he can probably just turn around and kill all these guys outright. There's a stun from Tiny. Might be a shackle from Windrunner. No, Windrunner already threw a shackle. He might be going. No, he's healing himself up like a madman. He's killing everybody. Windrunner goes down. Here's Riki going down as well. No, one more auto attack for Riki. And Kyle goes down. Triple kill for Huskar. No rampage for him. Omniknight decided to deny one. This is Huskar just OP. That's not true, guys. Huskar is not OP. Huskar actually turns on his armor. I'm actually pretty happy to see as well. I think that's the first time I've seen Huskar turn his armor on him. And yeah, the story of this game has really been Huskar's destroying everything. I mean, that's really it. Spiritbreaker hasn't really been involved in a lot of pushes, or hasn't really been all that much of a factor in this game. He's been here farming. That's really it. He has a Mask of Madness. He's built himself BKB. Omniknight has been involved in the fights. He has been diving or throwing his life away as well, donating to the cause. But Huskar right now is at 20 kills. And his team only has 30, so he can actually probably fountain dive and still win the fight. He does have Satanic up, so he will be popping that soon, I hope. He needs to go ahead and back up if he's not going to pop it. Yeah, he might die. Pop that Satanic to Huskar. Oh, he had Aegis? What? Okay, I forgot they had Rosh. I didn't realize. He had Aegis, okay. So he just threw away Aegis. Because what are they going to do about it? Tiny, not even close to carry Tiny. Huskar really wants to dive. He gets hit with everything. He's getting stunned. He's getting thrown. He's getting tossed everywhere. He can't pop that Satanic to heal up. He turns arm low and throws out the heal. And Satanic not popped just yet. He gets stunned up from Tiny's reflective armor, whatever they call it. Craggy exterior. That's only a what percentage chance? 6% chance. Anyway, Huskar has Omniknight. He has all the heals in the world, and this Ancient is naked. So that's pretty much it going down. That was a pretty one-sided game, guys. I mean, Huskar just showing you what Huskar can do, even at relatively low levels. As always, no offense to the players, but relatively low levels, guys. And there's the Radiant victories. I mean, big surprise. Huskar got out of control. Spiritbreaker, he started to get out of control, but it wasn't his game to win. It was Huskar's game to win. So anyway, this game was sent in by the Drow Ranger. So thank you, Is Not a Hero, for sending me this game. This game was extremely one-sided. I'll say that much. Huskar got a lot of stuff. Had a lot of stuff going for him. But then again, the Dire kind of played into his hands and just stood there and died. So yeah, a few things to make comments on. As far as Drow Ranger, as far as your build goes, don't rush for that butterfly so fast. Having your butterfly at 30 minutes is not a sign of a good Drow Ranger. Having your butterfly at maybe like the 40-minute mark would be very nice, but having other items is more important. Just a Shadow Blade is not acceptable in Drow Ranger. You need more items. Mantis Style is probably like hands down the best item you could possibly buy on a Drow Ranger post butterfly. So, I said post butterfly? No. Before butterfly, so pre-butterfly. So definitely go for a Mantis Style. I would much prefer to see a Mantis Style because that Yasha is so helpful as far as your damage output goes, and it increases your movement speed so you can chase easier, and it also gives you some nice armor bonus because it gives you agility. So definitely go for that Mantis Style instead. That Ultimate Orb also helps you out in survivability overall. 10 stats to every single stat, so 10 intelligence, 10 strength, and 10 agility. That's really nice for you. That helps you with your survivability. Shadow Blade is a really nice item as well, but you have to have some other items to help you follow up on that damage because your damage output is actually pretty lackluster. I think overall, Windrunner had the worst output damage because she decided to go for what looked to be a Bloodstone. She just had a cluster crap of items. I don't really know what she was going for. But let me go ahead and go fairly down the list. I'm starting with the Death Prophet. As far as Death Prophet goes, Death Prophet definitely builds himself some phase boots or arcane boots. You did go for arcane boots, but rushing for your Lincoln so fast is not really useful because you don't really have all this much survivability to begin with. So yeah, sure, you can block a tiny stun, but you can't block a Riki. Blink Strike. Oh, sorry. You can block a tiny stun. You can block a Riki's Blink Strike. You can block a Shackle Shot from Windrunner. You can block I think you can block a Tether Stun from Wisp. So you can block all those spells. Cool. That's really nice. That's really awesome. That's really useful in team fights. But you cannot block all those back to back to back to back. If Riki decides to Blink Strike you, your Lincoln Sphere is gone. Then Tiny stuns, and then you're pretty much dead. If Tiny decides to stun, then then your Link Sphere blocks, and then Windrunner Shackle Shot to you to something, and then Riki Blink Strikes to you, Coddle does all his stuff, Wisp stuns you, and then Tiny has another stun, so you're pretty much dead anyway. Let's say if Windrunner decides to throw a Shackle Shot misses you because Link Sphere, it ignores it, so then Tiny gets close enough, he stuns you, and then Riki Blink Strikes you. So basically what I'm trying to say is Link Sphere is not the ideal item for you specifically right this moment. Later on, yeah, sure, Link Sphere is a really nice item once you have something like a heart, once you have something like a, once you have like a heart, once you have, I'm at a loss for items, guys, I'm sorry. Force Staff, once you have a Dagon, if you want to build Dagon. I don't recommend that. I don't like Dagon, guys. But you can build a Dagon. Some other items before Link Sphere. Link Sphere is like one of your late game items. You basically, same thing for George as well. You guys were basically building your late game items first, and then you started trying to build your mid game items. You need to build your mid game items for your mid game, mainly because the point of a mid game item is to basically increase your kill potential to make you more of a threat, to make you more able to actually kill stuff, so you can get more gold, so you can farm up that big item later. If you build your big item first, then you're basically relying on the very slow farm that you're getting from the laning stage, and you're also relying on the very few kills that you guys are getting in between all the roams and stuff. So that's not really a lot, as opposed to getting some very cheap gank worthy items like a Shadow Blade or a Phase Boot to help you chase, or a Yasha just to help you chase, or something like that. Instead of going for something like that, you're going for these big items that, I mean, by the time you get those, the end game will be here, and then you'll be doing, yeah, sure, you'll be doing 60 more damage than you were before, but you're not survivable. If you would have had that Mantis style, you'd be doing 60 more damage plus the Mantis style stats plus other stats. So that's my point, guys. That's what I'm trying to get at. So that basically sums up Jorringer and Death Prophet in a nutshell. So let me move on to Huskar. Huskar, what I have to say is definitely toggle your armor a little bit more. There's a few times where you didn't toggle your armlet, but I mean it really didn't matter because you're just killing everybody anyway. There's also one time, or your leaps. Definitely choose your leaps wisely. Leaping on Tiny, yeah, sure, that's a great idea because you want to kill Tiny and make sure he doesn't start snowballing out of control. But there's a Wisp there with full HP. Tiny has half HP. Leap the Wisp, and then kill the Wisp, and then kill the Tiny. Because the way it's going to work out, theoretically, the way it works out is basically Wisp is full HP, so you leap on Wisp, and you're doing the max amount of damage. You're using your ulti to its full benefit, because your ulti instantly takes away half of their HP, half of their current HP. If you leap the Tiny who's at half HP anyway, then you'll reduce his HP to 25%, and that's not really, I mean, it's like 2 less auto attacks you have to throw on him to kill him. I mean, that's not really a lot. Instead, leaping the Wisp, kill the Wisp, and then what would happen, probably, more likely what happens, Wisp will try to fight back, so Wisp will be doing damage to you. Tiny will probably throw a stun and try to do damage to you as well, so they'll be taking your HP down lower, then you finally kill Wisp, and then you just turn around and throw one auto attack at Tiny, and then he'll be dead. So, choose your leaps wisely, is all I'm trying to say. Also, target your armlet a little bit more, but overall, you play really well. That's the only thing I had to say is just choose your leaps wisely. Moving over to Omniknight. Omniknight, don't play so aggressively. Sanjin Yasha, Omniknight. I really don't like Sanjin Yasha, Omniknight, to be honest. Go for some more support-oriented item, because you are, at the end of the day, the support for your team. Mechanism, Pipe are really nice items for supports to have. Those are like the 2 key items. Those are the defining items of a support. If you have those items, then you're pretty much a support. But Necrolite and Silencer kind of, well, Necrolite's kind of the exception. Actually, so is Nature's Prophet as well, and Enigma. Okay. It's not the absolute sign of a support, but it's the hallmark of a support. So you're playing support, go ahead and build that mechanism. It's a really nice item for you to have. It gives you nice stats, it gives you a nice burst heal in team fights, and also increases your threat to the enemy team, because you can keep your allies alive a lot longer, because not only do you have a mechanism to pop, you also have your heal, and you also have your repel, and you have your ulti, which is actually really nice at negating all damage possible for that few seconds. So going for those items is actually be a little bit more better, instead of going for a mask or a Vladimir's Offering and a Sanjin Yasha. And actually, now that I think about it, I have to retract all my statements that I made in the game. I was saying Huskar was getting lifesteal from the Vlads, and he was getting lifesteal from the Helmet of Dominator. That's not true. I'm sorry, guys. I totally missed that. I totally let that go without even saying anything. So I'm gonna have to stop myself and say Vladimir's Offering only gives you lifesteal if you're melee. Now that said, the only other person melee on your team, Omniknight, is Spirit Breaker, so it probably wouldn't be all that big of an investment to go for that Vladimir's Offering. I mean, yeah, sure, it gives armor to everybody, gives them decent, or sorry, crappy regen overall, but yeah, go for that mechanism. That'll be a lot better. That's a lot better use of your gold than if Vladimir's offering. As far as the Sanjin Yasha goes, I mean, sure, you can argue Sanjin Yasha is good on Omniknight, but I'm not gonna make the argument with you because Heaven's Halberd is a really nice item for Omniknight later on once you have more gold. So let's just avoid that argument for now. Moving on to Spiritbreaker. Spiritbreaker, yeah, use your ulti. Use your ulti, please use your ulti. There's a kill up top, I remember specifically, where Riki was just standing there. Riki had like 10 HP left or something like that, and you were trying to chase him to get an auto attack. Two things, Riki was level 6 and above, so he can go invisible if you just leave him alone long enough. And the second thing, you had your ulti, so you were level 6 and above as well, so all you had to do was just pop your ulti. That's a guaranteed hit, because even if they go invisible, they're still going to get hit by it. And that's a lot of damage that you're going to be doing to them at that one point, so that's a free kill for you. Use your ulti in that instance. Another thing, if you're charging somebody, charge them, or try to charge them like around the corner or something, and so that way they can't see that you're charging, or you can charge across the map if you really want to. I would recommend that because it takes forever. Even though you move really fast, it takes forever. So try to charge in a nice little general area that you want to gank to give people to give your allies a little bit of heads up. And after you charge, throw out your ulti. It's a lot of damage like that. It's like a really high amount of burst damage, especially in the mid game, which is where you're the most effective. Also, another thing, put it try to put at least 2 points on your charge. I know a lot of people prefer other things like Empowering Haste, but your charge is really nice. Your charge is what defines Spiritbreaker. Empowering Haste, I think, is the crappiest thing that Spiritbreaker has. Ever since they changed it, it's been the crappiest thing ever. So, anyway, all that aside, enough of me ranting. Also, another thing, probably max your bash before you max your Empowering Haste, especially in the laning stage. In the laning stage, Empowering Haste pushes your lane because your creeps moves faster, so that means they'll get to they'll get further forward before the enemy's creep does, and that'll slowly but surely push your wave towards their tower, which you don't want. So, yeah, don't put so many points on Empowering Haste early. Like 1 point of Empowering Haste at like maybe the 10-minute mark. And that's like the least, that's like the most acceptable ever. 3 points at like the 6-minute mark is horrible because it's pushing your lane. Anyway, that's enough about that. Also your build, I can't really say much. You weren't really involved in the fights. You were just farming, trying to get kills. You tried. I'll say that much. You tried. Moving on to Riki. Riki, you're abusing the crap out of your invisibility, and you got killed for it a lot. Don't abuse your invisibility, guys. I say this a lot of times. I've seen it a lot of times as well. If you're an invisible hero and you know you're invisible, so you know you're invisible, and you start running around the map, and you say, okay, I'm invisible, they can't see me, so I'm just walk up to them, punch them a few times, and then walk back, and then do the same thing 3 seconds later, and then do the same thing 3 seconds later. They're gonna get used to that. They're gonna catch on, and all they're gonna do is say, hey guys, there's a Riki in my lane, and he's abusing me with his invisibility. Somebody send me sentries. So they send them sentries. They play sentry wards right there in the middle lane, and you stand there, say, okay, they can't see me because I'm invisible, I'm just staying here. And then they just say, okay, alright, Spiritbreaker charge. And Spiritbreaker charges, and he gets here, he hits you, and you're pretty much perma-stunned, or perma-bashed for a whole entire 3 seconds. That's enough, that's more than enough time to kill you. So, you abusing your invisibility caused that whole entire issue of you dying a lot. And also, I think there's a lot of times where you thought you could have killed somebody when you couldn't have. If there was like one person around and the rest of the enemy team are gone, and there's one person there with like 10 HP, then yeah, definitely go for that. Like just blink strike to him, do like 2 auto attacks, get the free kill, and run away. If there is that same scenario where one person has like 10 HP and there's an Omniknight there, and there's a Drow Ranger there, and there's a Huskar there, and there's a Death Prophet there, and there's a Spiritbreaker there, don't jump on them, because that's a bad idea. Because basically, as soon as you jump on them, not only are you going to have an even harder time at killing them, because probably Omniknight's going to turn around and heal somebody, or maybe if they have a mechanism, they'll pop that mechanism as soon as they see you. But after that, you're going to be vulnerable for a whole entire 3 seconds. Or, okay, level 11, 2.5 seconds. So you're going to be vulnerable for a whole entire 2.5 seconds. That's more than enough time for all of them together, collectively, to destroy you in a pretty short amount of time. So definitely be worried about that. Don't go for those. Have better judgment at when you go for the kills. And that's pretty much all I'll say about that. Moving on to Tiny. That Morbid Mask did not help out at all. Do not go for Mask and Madness on Tiny. Please don't go for Mask and Madness on Tiny. Aghanim Scepter, get that as soon as you possibly can, but do not rush it. Drums of Endurance. Mana Boots, Drums of Endurance, Blink Dagger, and then change those mana boots later into phase boots. That's a transition that I've seen time and time again. I'm not too sure what the most efficient one is, but that's the one I've seen a lot. So I would probably recommend you do that, and then get yourself a Aghanim Scepter, and then you can become carry mode and start building yourself Chrysalis, start building yourself an AC, start building yourself a Mantis style, start building those big items that help you do stuff. But until you get the Aghanim Scepter, you're not effective. So don't worry about getting involved in those fights. Just keep farming, keep letting Wisp relocate you somewhere to get a quick gank, get some more gold, and then go back to farming. So keep farming in mind. If you're trying to play carry Tiny. Now if you're trying to play gank Tiny, then Blink Dagger Arcane Boots is all you need, which is actually pretty cool because in the carry Tiny carry Tiny usually transitions from, or sometimes transitions from, a gank oriented Tiny, and then he transitions into a carry Tiny because his ganks were successful, so he has a lot of gold, so he can gank. But anyway, I digress, guys. I digress. Who'd have thought? Moving on to Windrunner. Yeah, don't go for Bloodstone so fast. You have a Vitality booster and a Point booster, which gives you decent stats. Not even like astronomical stats. They give you decent stats for the price that they cost, because they cost a lot. That's 1,200 plus 1,100. That is 2,300 gold that you spent on those two items and those two items alone. And the only thing that they build into together. That's together, guys. The only thing they build into together is a Soul Booster, and then they build into a Bloodstone. Bloodstone Windrunner is probably one of the most efficient inefficient Windrunners that I've ever thought about. Windrunner having a Bloodstone is not helpful as opposed to having a Death Prophet with the Bloodstone or a Lashrak with the Bloodstone, because Windrunner has three spells that she wants to use. She wants to use her Shackle Shot, Power Shot, and her Windrun. And that's really it. And the cooldowns on those are long enough to say that she'll probably regen that mana back up, and like maybe by the time she gets another Windrunner, she'll have enough mana regen to actually use another Windrunner for free, if she builds the right items. So going for a Bloodstone first, I mean it's like your spells aren't spammable. There's nothing really leveraging you to get a Bloodstone, so don't go for that. If you would have went for a Vanguard, I can say, oh yeah, God, please don't go for Vanguard. But at least you went for a Vanguard, and I can see what you were doing. But you have a Point booster, a Vitality booster, and I'm assuming the next point is going to be a mana point or mana booster, and that's a Soul. Oh, jeez, don't do that. Don't do that, guys. Please don't do that. As a Windrunner, Force Staff is a really nice item for you to have. Phase Boost is a really nice item for you to have. Mainly Force Staff. That Force Staff. It makes you super annoying to kill, because basically people say, okay, it's Windrunner, we'll stun her and we'll silence her, and then you force that forward and run away and laugh. So yeah, Force Staff, Orca Malevolence if you really want to go for damage, and then maybe start getting some items like a Desolator and then an Aghanim Scepter afterwards, so you can actually do a lot of damage with your ulti. So that's all I'll say about that. Moving on to Coddle. I'm a very bad Coddle, so I am no longer qualified to speak on anything Coddle related as far as advice goes. I would just say that Oblivion Staff looks bad, so please don't do, or like go for something else. But that's really all I can say in my authority, guys. If you guys have watched, or the next video of me playing matchmaking online, you guys will definitely see what I'm talking about. So definitely be on the lookout for that. But anyway, moving on, last but not least, Wisp. I think Wisp was playing a lot, really aggressive. There are a lot of tether stuns that you could have potentially had, but you missed completely, mainly because you were just you tethered to the person, just stood there, as opposed to tethering, moving around a little bit and then tethering. Try to get used to angling yourself a little bit better, so that way you can actually get a tether stun and actually get stuns and make plays. And also, usually relocate a little bit more offensively as opposed to using it defensively. I know there was one time where you and Tiny were at the bottom, and you relocated Tiny to the bottom lane, back to your base to heal up. Gosh, I'm getting tongue-tied today, guys. So yeah, those instances, yeah, I can say, yeah, sure, relocate back to base, heal Tiny, and then get him back to lane so he can keep farming. But otherwise, I mean, Wisp really excels at ganking around the map. Basically, a lot of people ban Wisp or try to pick Wisp so they can have that global presence of, oh, you're by yourself farming in the jungle. Okay, well, we will relocate and kill you, and then relocate back and keep farming. So we'll get free gold just because you were by yourself. So they basically punish a lot of people for doing that. But anyway, that's all for the cast, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the cast, and also, another thing, if you guys are interested in winning that instructable or incorruptible, I don't know how to pronounce it, guys. Like it's like INSCRU, inscrutable concubine. I don't know. if you guys are interested in winning that, definitely check out my video, 30 minutes or less, episode 1. It is up on YouTube. You guys can watch it. Definitely watch the video, and it tells you exactly how to be qualified to win that. So that's all I'll say about that. Hope you guys enjoyed the cast. I'll see you guys whenever.